Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. So today's video is going to be an update to my Pan Those Eyeshadows project that I started about a month ago. I definitely owe you guys an update. It has definitely been a while. And actually I'm going to be kind of switching this up. I'm going to be changing the format to better fit my collection and my personal lifestyle because I've really found that this just is not working for me. And the point of projects is not to like torture yourself. You want to have fun. So I definitely need to switch it up. So we will get into that in just a moment. Before we do, and I will put a timestamp right here so that you know when the actual video starts, but I just want to let you guys know that my fiance actually started a YouTube channel with his best friend Chris. It is called Redefine Our Prime, and they are doing all sorts of reviews over there. They are reviewing movies, TV shows. They are doing reaction videos to different trailers. They are doing kind of throwback videos. I know they're going to be filming a throwback video to the original Child's Play movie soon since the new one is coming out. So I would just really appreciate it if you guys are into those types of videos and that side of the YouTube space. Definitely check them out. I will of course leave their channel linked down below and just go give them some love. They're just starting out, and if you have a channel you know how tough it is in the beginning. I want them to get some love because I think that they really deserve it. They are very entertaining to watch. They're very funny. I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I think they're pretty funny. So yeah, I will leave that linked in the description. But now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the main part of this video. So like I said, this project hasn't really been working for me, and I think part of the issue is that it's making me feel very limited and very discouraged. I will give you a spoiler, I have not hit any pans on these eyeshadows despite using one of them literally every single day. Every single day. I have not hit pan, and it is just super frustrating and discouraging. And I don't want to feel that way when I'm doing my makeup. It's fun for me. I want it to feel relaxing and enjoyable. So for that reason, I am going to be switching this up. Before we get into the whole like reformatted version of this, I am just gonna show you the pans that I had been working on, just so you can have a visual of how I have been doing. But yeah, let's get into that now. So I had one shade from the Nubian 2 by Juvia's. I had the shade Nairobi, and it's this really beautiful gold shade here. And as you can see, I do have quite the dip going there. I really did enjoy using the shade all over my lid when I was going for a warm tone look. I really did enjoy it, and I liked that it kind of made me reach into this palette more because this is one that I really don't reach for on a very consistent basis. So I enjoyed reaching for that, but those pans are so big that it's like, how am I gonna hit pan on that, you know? The next palette that I was working on is my Tarte Clay Play. I have the shade Solstice, which is this matte white shade right here. This is the one that I was saying that I have been using every single day. I use this every day to set my eyeshadow, like primer or concealer on my eyelids before I go in with my eyeshadow for the day. Use it every single day. And Tarte eyeshadows are so firmly packed into the pan that I don't even see a dent. So that has been super discouraging, and it's just really been boring for me. I know that sounds terrible. It has. It's been boring for me. I do like that it made me reach into this palette more because, again, this is one that I wasn't really reaching for on a very consistent basis. I really love these top brown shades here. I really enjoyed putting a brown pencil liner on my upper lash line and smoking it out with the shade Smoke. The shade right here. But again, it's just, I feel like I am making no progress, so that's been frustrating. Where's my other palette? 1, 2, 3, 4. Was I only working on 4 shades? 4? Oh, right. Where's that palette? Next up we had my Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I actually had 2 shades chosen from this palette. So I had the shades Still Shot, which is this matte like light coral shade, and Smog, which is this deeper kind of bronzy metallic shade. I'll show you a close-up here. I obviously don't have any pans. I don't even have a dip in them. I honestly didn't use these as much as I would have liked to. Smog is a little bit deeper, and for an everyday basis, that's not really what I'm going for. And Still Shot, I couldn't really remember to reach for. So again, I was just feeling really down about that palette. I just felt like I was making absolutely no progress, and I forgot to pull out my other palette. So the final shade that I was working on is from the Through My Eyes palette by Colourpop, and this shade is Lomo, which probably is the one shade in this palette I wish I hadn't chosen. It's this really intense, fiery red shade, and it has a bit of a sheen to it. This stains my eyelid so bad that I wore it twice, and after the second time I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, the next day, no matter how much I applied like an oil cleanser or a melting balm or a makeup wipe, like nothing removes this shade. Nothing. And my Drunk Elephant like cleansing balm removes everything, and it does not remove this. So I don't like the shade. I really don't. I think it's pretty. I think it looked nice the 2 times that I wore it, but it is absolutely 100% not worth the hassle. So can you tell that I really didn't like reaching for this palette? It's a shame because I really do like this palette and I want to give it more love, but every time I thought about coming into this palette, I was like, I'm gonna feel pressured to use Lomo because it's in this project, and for that reason I'm just gonna go with a different palette altogether. So that was kind of silly. I have such a migraine from these lights. It's nice. So that all out of the way, let's get into kind of the reformatted version of this project. I'm not even really gonna call it a project anymore, and you'll see why. So I recently discovered a creator here on YouTube named Sarah Rose. So Sarah is another cruelty-free creator, and I just really have been enjoying her content. She does some Project Pan, Shop My Stash, Get Ready With Me's, Declutters, Empties, all things that I really enjoy watching. So she actually does this series, and I'm just looking at my phone because I don't want to get it wrong. It's called Eyeshadow Roulette, and essentially it is the same as this project because I was doing this roulette style. I have a spreadsheet in my computer and I was doing it roulette, where I was doing a random number generator and choosing 5 shades. She does the same thing, but the point is not to hit pan, it's just to get use out of those shades. And I love that idea. Love it so much. So I am absolutely 100% going to be doing that from now on. So thank you to Sarah for this idea. I hope that you don't mind that I am kind of adapting it to my project, which is no longer going to be called a project because we are not going to be panning. If we hit pan, that's great, but that's not going to be the purpose, and I just feel like this is going to allow me to feel less like trapped and like limited. I guess limited would be a better word. I'm not trapped. Limited to using those shades because I feel like I need to use them because I need to hit pan. More so it's going to be, okay, like maybe I can try like this color combination or see how this looks, and it's not really a goal-oriented type of experience. It's more just, I want to get to know my collection because lately I've been feeling kind of worn out. Samantha March always says that she has like eyeshadow fatigue, and I totally feel that. I have had really like makeup collection fatigue. I just feel like I get into these ruts where I'm just using the same products over and over again, and then I just forget about the rest of my collection, and I don't even know how I feel about like 30% of my collection, I would say, because it's been so long since I've used some of the products, which is sad. So I'm hoping that this roulette will kind of broaden my horizons and let me kind of explore products that I haven't used in a while, or maybe it'll, you know, give me some more time with some favorites. So I'm going to pull up my spreadsheet. We're going to do a random number generator. We're gonna pick 5 shades again, and I hope this is fun for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into that portion. Okay, so in my spreadsheet, I have 817 pans of eyeshadow. Now I have added a couple of palettes to my collection since I started the spreadsheet, and I added those in. I actually removed a couple of palettes that I am planning on decluttering. You'll be seeing that video soon. I'm going to just show you some makeup products that are leaving my collection. But I'm going to do a random number generator. So we're going to do 1 through 817. And if I, for some reason, get one of the 5 shades that I had been working on, I'm just going to choose new shades. I just want to kind of keep it fresh. This is my Pretty Random app. So the first number I have is 633, 709, 595, 339, 375. Now the fun part, we're going to see what shades these numbers correlate with. Alright, so we have our palettes. So I'm going to go through the shades with you to kind of show you my color palette for the month. I am going to still be doing this monthly, so I'll be working on these shades for a month at a time. So number 633 comes from my Violet Voss Ride or Die palette, and it is the shade Nicole. So this is the Ride or Die palette. It is quite a large palette. I really don't know what shade Nicole is. Where's Nicole? Nicole. Okay, so Nicole is just this mid-tone brown shade. It is a matte. I will swatch her. Where should I do it? Like that? Okay. I always have to like think about where I'm going to be swatching things. It actually has a bit of a sheen to it, but it's a nice like neutral brown. It's not too warm, not too cool. So that will be really nice to focus on. The next shade comes from my Colourpop Sweet Talk palette, and it is in the shade West Side. Okay, so another matte brown. So this is West Side right here. I adore this palette so much, so I was very excited to get this palette. I'll do it above here. Very pretty warm brown, so a little bit warmer than the Violet Voss. The next shade was 595, and that comes from my Morphe 350 palette, another really big palette. And these are not named, so I just pulled number 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Another fiery red shade. Why? So this is number 14 right here. Looks pretty similar to Lomo, not gonna lie. So we'll have to see if this stains my eye as well. Oh my god, it's literally the same shade as Lomo. Wait, this isn't funny. Where's Lomo? I'm gonna swatch Lomo because I swear they're the same. I'm just gonna do this right next to it. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, literally the same shade. Oh my goodness. Now my finger's gonna be stained. That's fantastic. Okay, so that's the number 14 shade from the Morphe 350. I am excited though because I do really enjoy that palette. I'm just a little worried about the staining factor. We're just gonna hope that I can swatch over that. The next shade was number 379. That comes from my Lorac Pro 2 palette, and it's the shade Buff. So kind of a boring shade. It's this one right here. It's just a matte cream. Guess I'm swatching with my thumb. Okay. Matte cream. We will swatch that down here because I don't want to swatch it over that red. So right there. And then last but not least, I am really excited about this one. My nose is running away. From my Subculture palette. I love this palette, and I know that I'm not in the norm here of loving this palette. Ooh, and I actually really like this shade. So I pulled the shade Mercury. That was shade number 375. This one right here. And I'm super stoked because this is a really fun shade. It's just this really nice, like, dark, cool tone brown shade. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to play with. I haven't used this palette in a hot minute, so I'm excited to kind of have it in my arsenal for the next month. But this, minus this this is my color palette for the upcoming month. So very neutral. Some may say it's boring, but I am excited, and I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of this. Maybe I'll try it one day and see if it stains my eyes, and if it does, probably won't use it again. But this is my color palette for the month. I hope that you guys are okay with me kind of switching up the format of this whole challenge. I'm really excited. I feel like this is just going to allow me to expand on like what I'm using on a daily basis. It's gonna let me kind of dive into palettes that I maybe haven't used in a while, like the Morphe or the Violet Voss and the Lorac and the Subculture. I really haven't used any of those palettes in a hot minute, but that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. I will also try to document looks that I do throughout the month so that in a month's time when I do my update video and then pull some new shades, I can share some looks with you. I don't think I'm going to do a dedicated video of doing a look with these shades. However, if you would like that, please comment down below, let me know, because I would be happy to film it. I just don't know if that would be really a high in demand kind of video. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your support as always. If you're not subscribed already, I do hope that you will subscribe. I would love to see you back here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!